Okay, so the ship is all smoothed out. The hull is nice and buttery smooth. So I think what I want to do is we're going to start working on the detail. And one of the things that stands out about the Edmund Fitzgerald is that she has cargo hatches going down from behind the bow all the way up to the stern. What these hatches are, and there's a special crane, a cargo hatch crane, that travels up and down the ship, and it removes them because they're very heavy. What they do is, each one, they'll take off the cover, and they'll have the iron ore put in to the compartment. It's going to fill, and then they'll replace the cover. They'll do that, and incidentally, the Edmund Fitzgerald has 21 hatch covers. So they'll do that for all 21 until she's fully loaded, and then after that, what they'll do is they'll go and there's these special clamps that they actually clamp down the hatches, and it'll prevent the water from going into the hatches or into the cargo containers. Because you notice when she sits really low to the water, so when there's a lot of waves and stuff, some of it might end up washing up onto the deck, and you don't want the water to go into the containers, the cargo containers, because that's a bad thing. So those get tightened down. What I want to do in this video is we're going to make them, and what I got to do is I got to mark off the sections where they're going to be. Now the template, let me get the proper template. When it comes to the cargo hatch covers, you can see this one would have been for the bow. Then we have the midship, and you can see where they're going to line up. And finally we have the stern. So what I'm thinking, what I want to do is I want to mark off each section where there's a cargo hatch, and I want to get it center, and then we'll square it off. So that's how I'm planning to start. So I'm going to mark off the areas. Let's put the light on, be able to see better. So when it comes to the bow section, it's right about there, and right over here, I'm trying to center it right there. Then over here, right about in the center, and over here. And then there's one over here, and this will be in the center as well, or as close to the center as possible. So I want to keep them lined up. So we'll use that one as a guide. Just like that. And we're going to come down and we'll do this section. And what I'm trying to do is, all I want to do is get the mark right in the center of the cargo hatch cover. And I'll show you what I'm going to do in a minute. And let's see, we got one over here. Lastly, we've got one at the back. So just like that, you can see where they're marked off. I just want to double check. See, these are all, oh, it looks like I missed one. Okay, good thing this is why I always double check. So that looks centered. So we're going to put one here, and that's in the center. Yeah, that's a little bit better. So see, now going down the ship, we're going to mark off where all the cargo hatches are going to be. What I want to do now, and again, this is going to be on center. So we're going to go down and we're going to mark off the center part where all the cargo hatches are going to be. And this is going to be on center. There. All right, let's see if the paper model got it right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Exactly, so they did get it right. Okay, so this is where the center line is going to be for all the cargo hatches. What I want to do now is I want to measure the template. They look like they're all the same, so let's see, where is my ruler? All right, so each one looks like each one is 1.5 inches. So we got 1.5 inches. I want to mark the center line going down. And let's see, we'll use the stern one as a guide. And I want to line it up. Make sure we have it in the right area. Just about like that. And what I'm going to do is I want to get the center line, which is tentatively right there. For this section, I want to line them up and we'll find the center line for the front. So I want to line them up, center from the side, looks right about there. And then I want to do the center, approximate center in the middle, and that will be right here. Just like that. And again, this is going to be a guide, so when we cut all the hatch covers out, we're going to have a guide on how to put them on the ship. So I'm going to make a center line. All right, so we got the center line. That's a mess up. Don't pay any attention to that. So we've got the side-to-side center line, and we've got the side view center line. So when we cut the pieces out, we're going to be able to put them on, and I'm going to be able to center them using the square. So the next thing we got to do is we have to think about how we're actually going to cut them out. So again, we have 1.5 inches wide. So let's mark it off at 1.5 inches on the board. let's cut this across. Let me put her aside for a minute. Okay, so we're going to cut with the scroll saw. We're going to cut all the way down. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go mark down all of the individual cargo hatch covers. So I like to measure with this as opposed to the ruler. So let's take a look at the width. So 5/16. And what was that again? That was 1.5 inches by 5/16. So now we're going to go down and we're going to measure 5/16. Here. How many do we actually got? We actually got 30 of them. You know what? We're going to do all 30 of them just so we can match up the best ones, because I'm going to have to hand cut these on the scroll saw. So we're going to go down and we're going to use the scroll saw and we're going to cut out all the cargo hatches. Okay. Here we are. See, we're going to sand it down, bring it down to the edges. So we're going to get the shape. So now we've got to start to cut out each individual one. That's going to be a little tricky. Again. And we're going to sand them down once we get all of them out, and we'll get the general shape. But it might be easier to bring the guard up. I'm down to the last one. It might not be a good idea to do that. See all the cargo hatches? We're going to take the best ones. The most uniform sizes, and what we're going to do is we're going to sand them down and we're going to glue them to the hull. Okay, so we got them all cut out. So I want to do is I want to get the ones that are closest to being the same size. Because we did extra. And what we'll do is we'll smooth them out, we'll sand them down, and we'll put them on the ship. We need 21 of them. No, that's not too bad. Considering it was freehand on the scroll saw. So we got all 21 cargo hatches ready. So these are the ones we'll use, and we have some more pieces that are extra. Extra pieces like this will come in handy for the small parts that are going to go on the ship. I'm going to get a fresh piece of sandpaper. And let's tack it down because it's got some adhesive on it, and we're going to start sanding all the pieces. Not a lot, just to smooth them out. See, that's all it's really going to take. See, we're just going to square them off. There. We got them all sanded down. Get the edges where I want them. You just picture all the iron ore loaded up in the ship. So what we're going to do is we're going to position them now, and we're going to glue them. All right, so we're going to start the long process now of gluing the cargo hatches onto the deck. We're going to start at the bow. So we're going to put a strip like that. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that it's centered on line and centered in the ship. Because this stuff turns to cement pretty quick. going to center it about there. And we're going to go all the way down the line. And again, I got to form it to the curvature, the slight curvature of the hull, just like the real ship has. And we don't have a lot of time to mess around with this glue because this stuff is really strong. I said this stuff is powerful. It only needs a couple of seconds literally to cure. Well, hence the name Instacure. I found out about this when I was doing the when I ordered the Flying Dutchman, because I was using the Elmer's glue, but you got to clamp it, and it works good, but it takes a while to dry. The Instacure, my goodness, right away it's all set to go. And then you just put down a clamp, a few seconds, and it's wonderful. Wunderbar. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Alright. When we get halfway, I'll turn it around and we'll start working from the other end. That is finally the last hatch cover. There. So what do you think? Is she starting to look a little more like an ore carrier? So let's have her coming towards you. We got the bow, and we cut the hatch covers by hand, sanded them down, and we ended up gluing them into place. You can see how we used our center line. Well, you can't really see it on camera, but the side you can see a little bit better, the center lines that we used for the sides. Let's see how close we actually came to the template. That looks pretty close. That looks pretty good. I'm glad we didn't do the paper model. I'm glad we decided to build our own. And I love the Instacure. The stuff is fantastic. So that's another thing that we got done. So what I got coming, my plans for this is I have the 1/400 scale. We're going to put the railings up because the Edmund Fitzgerald had railings going all the way down the side. She also had little lights. And I'm thinking on how we can do the tiny little lights. I'm actually thinking that we could use wire. We can bend them, you know, like the wires for the resistors. I'm thinking we can use something along those lines, but we'll see. And I got a photo etch set, 1/400 scale from RMS Titanic. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the hatch cover crane that we're going to put, because the hatch cover crane goes back and forth, and it's white, and we're going to make that out of photo etch. So for the next build, part of the build, I'm wondering if we should start doing the stern or the boathouse on the bow. We'll see, because what we're going to do is we're going to bring up the raised section of the wall, and we're going to give a little bit of thought on how we're going to do that. I don't know if I'm going to just glue it right across and then we're going to sand it down and shape it, or if I'm actually going to, I was actually thinking about layering 4 of them and then cutting them into the shape and then putting it on and smoothing it out. But we'll see. I'm going to do some more research. I'm going to study the blueprints, and the next step, we're either going to be doing the bow, the boathouse, or we're going to be doing the stern boathouse. So my friends, thank you for watching, and until my next video, I'll talk to you soon. And here comes the Edmund Fitzgerald, ready to be loaded.